Hello everyone, welcome to the module 4 of 18 Mat 41, that is curve fitting and statistical methods. In this video, let us learn how to fit a curve for the given set of observation by least square method. Consider the set of data points or the observations where your yi represents the observed values of y for any xi. So I can say that y is the dependent variable and x is the corresponding independent variable. Say for example, if you are conducting an experiment to measure the current in the circuit for the different voltages. Say suppose y represents the current in the circuit and x represents the corresponding voltage across it. For x is equal to 1 volt, the current in the circuit is 1 ampere. For x is equal to 2 volt, the current in the circuit is 3 ampere, and so on. Let me plot these points in an xy plane and just observe the points over here. The points are scattered, right? But according to the Ohm's law, we know that the voltages across the circuit is in linear relationship with the current, right? That means as the voltage across the circuit increases, the current in the circuit also increases. But just observe the values over here, there are little variations, right? That means there is a difference between the corresponding theoretical values of y and the observed values of y for any xi. So the blue dots over here indicates the theoretical value of y for any xi, for the given xi. Okay. The difference between the observed and the theoretical values of yi are called residuals, or they are also called as estimate errors. Okay. The difference between the observed and the theoretical values of yi are called residuals or estimate errors. So fitting a curve for the given set of observation is nothing but you have to find a curve y is equal to f of x, okay, such that the sum of the squares of these errors are least. Okay, you need to find a curve y is equal to f of x such that summation of the squares of the residues is least. Such a curve is called as the best curve fit for the given set of observation. Now we will see how to fit a straight line of the form f of x is equal to ax plus b, where a is the slope and b is the corresponding intercept. So just consider a set of n values xi, yi. These are the value of yi over here represents the observed values of y for any xi. For fitting the straight line f of x is equal to ax plus b. Then we know that the residue Ri is equal to the difference between the observed and the theoretical values, and let E be capital E be equal to the summation of the squares of the residues, that is equal to summation of yi minus axi plus b whole square, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Then we have to find a curve f of x in such a way that the sum of the squares of the residues is least. And the necessary condition for E to be minimum are the partial derivative of E with respect to A is equal to 0 and the partial derivative of E with respect to B is equal to 0. So let me just find out the partial derivative of E with respect to A and equate it to 0. So you are going to get the equation of the form dou by dou A of summation of yi minus axi plus b whole square, which is equated to 0. So the partial derivative of the summation is nothing but it is the sum of the partial derivatives of the terms. So let me just take the partial derivative inside the summation and do the partial derivative of it. So the partial derivative of yi minus axi plus b whole square is 2 into yi minus axi plus b into, just make a note of it, here we have to differentiate it with respect to the variable a, therefore it is minus xi. Now just multiply the terms inside the brackets and simplify it so that the equation reduces to the form minus summation of xi yi plus a into summation of xi square plus b into summation of xi, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Now let me take this term to the right hand side. So I have an equation of the form a into summation of xi square plus b into summation of xi, that is equal to summation of xi yi, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Okay. Now let me find the other equation using the second condition, that is the partial derivative of e with respect to b is equal to 0. That implies dou by dou b of summation of yi minus axi plus b whole square is equal to 0, which is nothing but summation of 2 into yi minus axi plus b into the partial derivative of the term inside the bracket with respect to b, that is minus 1. Okay. Now let me just simplify the above equation so that the equation reduces to the form minus summation of yi, I is varying from 1 to n, plus a into summation of xi plus summation of b, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Now take this term to the right hand side. So you have a into summation of xi, I is varying from 1 to n, summation of b n times, that is nothing but n into b, that is equal to summation of yi, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Then these two equations, okay, these two equations are called as the normal equations for fitting a straight line f of x is equal to ax plus b. By solving these two equations, you can get the values of a and b, which you can substitute it in a f of x. That means that is the best fit for given set of observation. Therefore, the normal equations for fitting the straight line y is equal to ax plus b are, one of the normal equation is obtained just by multiplying 1 throughout and then take the summation, because you have a into x plus b into 1, right? So just multiply 1 throughout and then take the summation. So you have one of the normal equation as summation of y, that is equal to a into summation of x plus b into summation of b. Just make a note of it. Whenever you are taking summation on a constant term, you have to write it as n into b. Okay. Then the next normal equation is obtained by multiplying x throughout, because you have an variable x here. Okay. So just multiply x throughout, and so that the equation becomes xy is equal to ax square plus b into x, and then take the summation. Therefore, you have the second normal equation to be summation xy is equal to a into summation x square plus b into summation x. Okay, so you can easily obtain the normal equation of any of the linear curve by taking the summation of the given equation and then by multiplying x throughout and then taking the summation. Okay. Now let me see how to obtain the normal equation for the second degree parabola, which is of the form f of x is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. Okay. just make a note of it. Here you have three unknowns, that is a, b and c. Therefore you need three normal equations in order to find the values of it. So just consider a set of n given values xi by I. For fitting the straight line f of x is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. Then we know that the residue Ri is given by the difference between the observed value of y minus the theoretical value, that is f of xy, and let E be summation of Ri square, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Just substitute Ri, which is nothing but yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square whole square, where your I is varying from 1 to n. Now in order to find the curve y is equal to f of x, we have to make E to be minimum. So the necessary condition for E to be minimum over here are dou E by dou A should be equal to 0 and dou E by dou B is equal to 0 and dou E by dou C should be equal to 0. Okay. So let me just do the partial derivative of E with respect to A, that is equal to dou by dou A of summation of yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square whole square. So the partial derivative of the summation is nothing but the sum of the partial derivatives of the terms inside the bracket. So you have summation of 2 into yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square into the partial derivative of the terms inside the bracket with respect to a. So it is just minus 1 because you have minus a and the partial derivative of minus a is minus 1, which is equal to 0. Then the partial derivative of E with respect to B is given by summation of 2 into yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square into the partial derivative of the terms inside the bracket, which is nothing but minus bxi. Okay, you have minus bxi over here, the partial derivative of minus bxi with respect to b, it is minus xi. Next, the partial derivative of E with respect to C is equal to 0, that is nothing but summation 2 into yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square into minus xi square, that is equal to 0. So let me just simplify the equation number 1 by multiplying minus 1 throughout and rearranging the terms so that the equation reduces to the form minus summation yi plus summation of a plus b into summation of xi plus c into summation of xi square. Okay, just make a note of it. Summation of a, summation of the constant term is nothing but n into a plus b into summation of xi plus c into summation of xi squared, and the first term I have taken it into the right hand side, so you have summation of yi. Okay, and from the equation number 2 just multiply minus xi throughout and simplify it, so that you are going to get the equation as minus summation of xi yi plus a into summation of xi plus b into summation of xi square plus c into summation of xi cube, where your I is varying from 1 to n, and just rearrange the terms over here so that you are going to get the equation as a into summation of xi, I is varying from 1 to n, plus b into summation of xi squared plus c into summation of xi cube, that is equal to summation of xi yi, where your I is varying from 1 to n. And from the third equation, so multiply minus xi square to the terms inside the bracket and simplify it, so that you have the equation to be minus summation xi square into yi, I is varying from 1 to n, plus a into summation xi square plus b into summation xi cube plus c into summation xi to the power 4, and now just rearrange the terms, so you have the equation to be a into summation xi square, I is varying from 1 to n, plus b into summation xi cube, I is varying from 1 to n, plus c into summation xi to the power 4, that is equal to summation of xi square into yi, where your I varies from 1 to n. Then these three equations, okay, these three equations are called the normal equations for the second degree parabola. By solving these three equations, you can get the values of a, b and c, which you can substitute it in f of x. So that gives the best second degree parabola that fits for the given set of observations. Now to write the normal equation of the second degree parabola, say suppose the second degree parabola is given by y is equal to a plus bx plus cx squared. Okay, so to find the normal equation or to write the normal equation, the first normal equation is obtained just by taking the summation of the given equation. Observe here you have a into 1 plus b into x plus c into x square. Therefore, you have to multiply 1 throughout and then take the summation of it. So, one of the normal equation is summation y, that is equal to, whenever you are taking the summation on the constant term, you have to write it as n into a plus b into summation x plus c into summation x squared. This is the first normal equation. The second normal equation is obtained just by multiplying x throughout. So you have the equation to be xy is equal to ax plus bx square plus cx cube, and then take the summation of it. So the second normal equation is summation of xy, that is equal to a into summation of x plus b into summation of x square plus c into summation of x cube. Okay, this is the second normal equation. The third normal equation is obtained by multiplying x square throughout. Okay, multiply x square throughout, so that you have the equation x square y is equal to ax square plus bx to the power 3 plus c into x to the power 4. Okay, then you take the summation of it, so you have the the third normal equation to be summation of x square y, that is equal to a into summation x square plus b into summation x cube plus c into summation x to the power 4. By solving these three normal equations, you are going to get the values of a, b and c. So just substitute the value of a, b, c in the given equation, so that is the best fit for the given set of observations. Hope it is clear to you. Now to write the normal equation for the curve of the form y is equal to ax plus bx square. Just observe over here, it consists of x and x square. Okay, therefore the first normal equation is obtained by multiplying x throughout and then taking the summation of it. So you have summation xy is equal to a into summation x square plus b into summation x cube. Then you have the term x square here. Therefore, multiply x square throughout and then take the summation. So you have summation x square y is equal to a into summation x cube plus b into summation x to the power 4. Since there are only two unknowns a and b, hence two equations are enough over here. Okay. The next case, Say suppose if you have the equation of the form y is equal to a plus bx square. Observe here you have a into 1 plus b into x square. Therefore, you have to multiply 1 throughout and then take the summation. So, you have summation y is equal to, whenever you are taking summation on constant, it becomes n into a plus b into summation x square. Then you have x square term. So, multiply x square throughout. So, it becomes summation x square y, that is equal to a into summation x square plus b into summation x to the power 4. So these are the two normal equations in the case of y is equal to a plus bx square. Next you have fitting of the curve y is equal to a into x to the power b. Okay, let us find the normal equations of it. So first we take log on both the sides of the given equation. So the equation reduces to log y is equal to log of a into x to the power b. Then by the property of logs, we can expand it as log a plus b log x. So I can rewrite the above equation in the form of capital Y is equal to capital A plus B into capital X, where your capital Y over here represents it is log of Y to the base e, however, and capital X is equal to log X and A is equal to log A. Now observe this equation. The equation is a linear equation over here, so you can easily write the normal equations of it. What are the normal equations of the equation y is equal to a plus bx? The first equation is obtained just by multiplying 1 throughout and then taking the summation. So the first normal equation over here is summation y is equal to, when you are taking summation on constant, it becomes n into a plus b into summation x. The next normal equation is obtained by multiplying x throughout. Okay. So the equation becomes xy is equal to a into x plus b into x square and then take the summation of it. So the second normal equation is summation xy is equal to a into summation x plus b into summation x square. By solving these two normal equations, you are going to get the value of a and b, which you can substitute it in the given curve. So that gives the best curve for the given set of observations. Hope it is clear to you. Thank you.